Well, hi there. My name's Anne-Marie McCormack and I'm the broker at McCormack Realty and Renters Choice Homes. And welcome to our video blog where we talk about all things about property management. Today, I'm going to talk about 9 ways to make sure that you get the best rental returns from your property in Florida. Okay, so when we're looking at long-term rentals, the first most important thing is to set the rental rate. Some owners make the mistake of setting the rate way too high. If you set the rate too high, you'll attract a high risk tenant who has a hard time verifying their income and proving that they can pay you every single month. They probably have a high risk job, probably both on commission only. We've had it before when owners have wanted us to live up to their expectations. And in the early days, we tried that too. And I'm talking in the 1990s. So in the 1990s, when we was a bit green about rental rates, we would try to fulfill people's unrealistic expectations. And we'd set the rental rate $200 a month more than what similar homes were being offered for rent for. And what that got us was a load of trouble. Now, trying to collect the rent when somebody doesn't have the money to pay the rent, they avoid you, they dodge you, they don't answer your phone calls, they don't answer the front door. When you serve them with official 3-day notices, they do a moonlight flit in the middle of the night, owing you lots of rent. And then they go on to the next victim. So we learned in the 1990s to set the rental rate right in the middle of that market. Not too low either, because if you set it too low, then you're losing money that you could gain every single month. And every $25 more is $25 more in your bank, isn't it? So you've got to set that rental rate right in the middle of the market. And then you can increase it a little every year. Increasing it a little every year means that people won't move out on you. And verifying, the next step that people forget to do properly is verifying the references from the applicants. Have you checked their pay stubs? Lots of people give us forged pay stubs, and what we do with their application then is we put it straight in the bin. Because if they're going to lie about the pay stubs, what else are they going to lie about? And we don't want anybody that tells lies on an application, and I doubt you do too, because they're going to be hard to deal with as well, aren't they? So you've got to verify the pay stubs. You need to check their criminal report in all states, and you need to check their background in all states. Would you be happy knocking on the door and asking for the rent? Do you feel safe with these tenants? Do you feel that they're nice people? Because if you wouldn't be happy collecting rent from them, why even bother renting to them? So, make sure that you're renting to people that you get a good feel for, as well as verifying and checking the references and backing it up with good paperwork, because there are lots of decent families out there looking for nice homes to rent. So don't make no mistake about it. There's lots of good people that take excellent care of homes. I mean, we've been doing this now since 1996. We might know a thing or two about how to vet people. You can also look on Google, on Zillow, on Realtor.com for typical rental rates in your area. And again, go for that middle rate if you're going to try and do this alone. Ideally, as well, you're looking for a family that's going to want to call your home for at least 3 to 5 years. You do your leases a year at a time, but you're wanting for family to live there long term, because every time you have to change a family, it's money down. You're going to lose at least a month's rent in between time, and there's going to have to be some touch-up work done to the paintwork in between tenancies, isn't there? Because even the most careful tenants are going to knock something, moving in and moving out of that kind of thing. Okay, so make sure that you do what the seasoned veterans do like us and hit the market at that rental rate just right. And if you're calling round to check for good property managers, a good property manager won't tell you what they can get for your home until they've actually seen inside it. They need to look inside the home to see exactly what your home will rent for. Are the cabinets modern? Is anything dated? Are the carpets worn out? Does it need a touch of paint? Does it need a little bit of tender loving care here and there? All these things affect your rental returns, and a few little tweaks here and there can ensure that you attract the right kind of family that's going to want to take excellent care of your home and live there for years to come. Okay, so let's see what else I've got on my list. Oh, when you're wanting to go and check on the home, you have to give them 24 hours notice before you go inside. You may be the owner of the rental property, but it's their home. They live there and they have rights under the law too. Okay, so make sure you give them 24 hours notice, or you get a text off them to say it's okay for you to go in. You need some kind of backup or an email, something in writing that tells you that it's okay for you to go into their home, unless it's an emergency. If it's an emergency, ring the doorbell a few times, call them on the phone. If nobody answers and there's water coming out from under the front door, go in there. Call the police department, get an escorted visit inside the home to see what's going on. I mean, it rarely happens, but we had a family go on vacation one time and we had a toilet burst in the house, and they forgot to tell us they were on vacation, and the neighbours called to let us know that there was a leak. So by the time they come back from vacation, obviously the repairs were well underway and everything was getting fixed, and was able to file an insurance claim on behalf of the homeowner. Now, security deposits, if you're renting yourself, don't spend that money. It's their money. Put it in a bank account, separate. Have a separate bank account for your security deposit. Non-interest bearing is always the best way, because if it's interest bearing, you've got to give the tenants a portion of that interest that you get from that security deposit. Check out the law on that, okay? If they damage the home while they're living there, then the security deposit can be applied towards damages. Now, what does the law consider damages? The law does not consider marks on the walls where they've been moving furniture in and out as damage. They don't consider worn out carpets as damage. They consider if they ended up banging a hole in the wall by moving a piece of furniture into it by mistake. Now that's damage, and the cost to repair that damage can be taken out of the security deposit. If the kids have craned anywhere in the house, if they craned on the walls, if they've got cranes on the carpet, that can be taken out. The cost of repair or replacement can be taken out of the security deposit. But normal wear and tear, hey, people have to live. And if the microwave's broken, unless you can prove that they willfully damaged it, it's probably just past its sell-by date. Things wear out. So you've got to expect to replace things like microwaves and appliances if you rent your home with appliances, because things do wear out, okay? Don't use a regular lease that you can buy from an office supply store. Those leases that come from the office supply store are not worth the paper they're written on, really, because Florida landlord and tenant laws change every year, and you need an official lease drawn up exclusively for your home by an attorney that specialises in landlord and tenant laws. That's what we do for you. So if you bring your home to McCormack Realty and Renters Choice Homes, we guarantee that your lease for your home will be written specifically for your home each and every year that you are managed by us. And the tenants can live there 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and every year they will have a new lease that is up to date and legally compliant. We have those leases renewed every 12 months, and we also make sure that their employment is right again, and that their cars are still the same, and if they've changed the vehicles, they obviously need to be changed too on the lease. Okay, so we do a pre-moving inspection where we take lots of photographs. So as well as a documented written report, we take lots of photographs of every room from every different angle. We open up microwaves, we open up ovens, we take photographs inside them, we take photographs of the serial numbers of your washers and dryers, of the water heater, of the garage, of the swimming pool. We take photographs of everything. And it's probably about, I don't know, maybe 60 photographs, sometimes as many as 80 photographs, depending upon the size of your home. And then when they move out, we take the same types of photographs again. And our photographs are time dated and stamped, so that what can't speak can't lie. This is how it was when you moved in, because here's your date stamp on your photographs when you moved in, and here's your time and date stamp when you moved out. And we also send those copies to the tenants as well. So if we're charging them for something against their security deposit, they can see that we have the right evidence to back up our claim. And we also have to send them a copy of the invoice for the repair as well. Because they need to know that this was indeed a valid repair and it was done, and they've had to pay for it. And that tends to avoid any disputes on security deposits, because as long as you document everything well, they can argue. They can say, oh well, I'm not paying for that. Well, you are, because the law says you can. And this is your check, this is your refund check, this is what we're sending to you. So sometimes even if somebody only has $5 left out of the security deposit, I'll send it to them. But my goal as a company is to refund 100% of the tenant security deposit. So we also send them, when they're preparing to move out, a move out checklist of things that we expect them to do. We send them copies of the photographs when they're home, when they moved in. We say, we expect it looking like this. We expect you to clean the carpets. We expect everything clean. We expect it to be returned to us in good condition. And I have to say, hand on heart, 95% of our tenants do that for us. You'll always get people who won't clean when they leave a house. You'll always get people who won't make sure that things are perfect because they say, oh, we didn't have time to do that. We was in a rush. We was moving. We're absolutely shattered. But you'll always find those people that will go the extra mile too, to make sure that they show you how much they appreciated living in a nice home for all those years. And those are the people that make our job worthwhile and keep your home in pristine condition. So there you have it. I think I've given you more than 7 mistakes now that people make when renting their homes out. I've probably given you at least 11, but there we have it. So that's all from me today. My name's Anne-Marie McCormack, and if you want any free advice about renting your home out long term, call us on 407 933 2367, or in the UK you can call us on 0161 300 9595. Thanks for watching and have a great one, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up and that you like the video. I would appreciate that too. Thank you. Bye bye.